Hey guys, welcome to week 3. My name is Sarah. So this week we got to talk about moral elevation. Um, Moral elevation is the emotional response to the perception of moral beauty and moral excellence. So there's a couple things that I found very interesting about this week's reading. One of those were Thomas Jefferson, and he was actually the first to fully describe moral elevation. He explained in a letter to a friend, and in this letter he made the care of the morally uplifting powers of great literature. So right from our article that we read, Jefferson's friend had asked for advice on what books to buy for his library. Jefferson, who loved to give advice as much as he loved books, wrote back with a long list of titles in history, philosophy, law, and other disciplines. Jefferson advised his friend to buy some novels and plays in different genres that at the same time were held in low esteem and part of their appeal to emotion. Jefferson justified this unconventional advice by arguing that repeated exposure to moral exemplars will foster a young person's moral development by triggering strong and beneficial emotions. In this letter, Jefferson laid out the basic features of an emotion in which the way a modern affective scientist would do, by listing its component parts. Moral elevation is listed by acts of virtue. So virtue is a behavior or a character trait that is consistent with who we ultimately want to be. So one of the questions I had for you guys, go down to it, were what parts of your personal life, such as religion, culture, and or society, shaped your own personal virtues? And we know now, looking at society, that a lot of our virtues come from our upbringing, and that can be from a religious side, a cultural standpoint, even the society that we are growing up in. So some examples of virtue are bravery, kindness, self-confidence, good temper, truthfulness, wittiness, friendliness, modesty, goodness, cheerfulness, fairness, loyalty, patience, and politeness. I just grabbed the top few that kind of reached out to me. It can be argued that some virtues, such as goodness, cannot be done in excess, and virtues can be lacking or excessive based on a child's virtues can be lacking or excessive based on each individual's sense of morals and purpose. So that's going to go from person to person. And people that we might be in society with may be extremely giving, while others may not be. Displaying virtue leads to particular physical feelings, a feeling of dilation or opening of the chest combined with the feeling that one has been uplifted or elevated in some way. So my other question was, what physical manifestations do you feel when you elicit acts of charity, gratitude, fidelity, generosity, or other strong displays of virtue? The other part of our article that I found very interesting, which I appreciate, with my labor and delivery background, the article titled "An Elevation at Work: The Effects of Leaders' Moral Excellence." There was a study that was completed that women who were breastfeeding young children, they were brought into a lab, and then the children and the mothers watched something elevating or humorous on a video. And those who watched the elevating video were more likely to hug and to nurse their children and to also leak milk onto a nursing pad. All those responses, lactation and wanting the warm physical touch or physical contact, are hallmarks of oxytocin being released in the body. Oxytocin affects many receptors in the heart, which is well known for its ability to bond people together. We call oxytocin the love hormone, and especially when you're nursing a baby, this oxytocin hormone being released increases lactation along with skin-to-skin contact with a woman's child. This helps the infants nurse better, regulate their temperatures better, and helps with their sleeping patterns. So people who resonate with the underlying reason for doing good and becoming motivated themselves to spread goodness, and this does suggest that people are pro-social by nature, waiting for inspiration to act. So I hope you guys all have a great week. Thank you.